What's up, YouTube? So I'm getting ready to replace my brakes and this Yukon. I'm not a mechanic. I've been researching a lot to try to fix my own vehicle. Of course, car maintenance can be very pricey. So if I can fix certain things myself to save the costs. So anyway, so a couple years ago or last year, some point, I got to the point is like I gotta learn how to do this. So I went over my neighbor and he showed me basically how to change brakes on my truck, and realized that it doesn't take too much. You just need a couple things. And once I figured that out, I just what, I'm gonna try to do this myself. So I'm gonna show you how you can do it yourself. I'm not an expert. If you guys know a better way I'm doing something, please let me know in the comment. I really appreciate it. So I'm sure how to change the brakes, and subscribe for more as I learn different things, and of course the things I do daily like construction and custom built and furniture and stuff. So anyways, come along. First of all, of course you need a nice jack. You can use a jack for your vehicle. A stand is kind of like a safety. I'm going to take the tire off, and the back tire, I have a rock I'm going to put behind the back tire to make sure that doesn't accidentally roll away, or if I fall off the stand. It's just for safety, like a backup just in case. So I got my jack here. I'm going to put that underneath. So you want something where it's very structural to the frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and shove that underneath. I will show you in a bit. So I'm going a little bit downhill. I'm gonna remove this because I don't want it to slide. I'm gonna on a gravel driveway, so it will push pressure down. So normally use a 2x4 to kind of stop that pressure too much from happening. Sorry, it's a 2x4, a piece of plywood. Once I'm settled where I want to be, make sure I'm not just sitting on the ground. Just tighten. I'm going to show you using my phone because I want to move the camera over there. So, alright guys, as you can see, I'm on the frame. So that's, and the frame go all the way. So this is a good support to put your jack on. So I'm going to pump that up. But before I do, you want to release your bolt on the tire. Kind of release it some, because a lot of time when you, especially, it's going to spin. So you want to basically kind of loosen it up first, then jack it up, and then basically you can take the rest of the tire off. So let's do that. So a while back about this, because I know I want to learn. I mean, you can use whatever you have to start with. I did use it stuff in my car, but I wanted it to work on all of the vehicles, so kind of invest in this one. Kind of want to break them loose. At this point, you don't want to take it off completely. You just want to break them loose while you pump your jack up. So I'm going to do that. By the way, this is a spare. The original tire is pretty much bad. I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna. This is a spare right now. The spare is actually a full size, which is better than just a small donut. So once the new tire is replaced, then we'll put this back underneath the vehicle. So. It just moved. Okay, I'm gonna My jack has wheels, so it was moving some, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it down and secure that, make sure that doesn't move. So and that's why this comes into play, because a lot of time if your jack fail, you don't want to depend on it to hold your vehicle up, so you want a jack stand. There's a video going around, you can put this between your jack and kind of hold it up secure, but it has wheels, so you don't want that to roll while you're on the vehicle or while it's off. So let's secure that down. So I'm going to remove this and put the front one that was just on the plywood. This was going to sit in the dirt, so okay, I'm still good there. Let's get this underneath. Alright, let's try that. Make sure I'm still sound in a good spot. To me, take the time to make sure this part is good, secure pretty good, because you don't want to it to fall and do any further damage to your vehicle. I mean, once your tire is off the ground about 2" or so, you should be good. So I'm going to put my backup under there, just in case. Alright, my backup is good. I mean, I'm just doing the brakes. I'm not going to remove the jack. If you're doing any work, you want to remove the jack from underneath, or don't let the vehicle depend on the jack. So now, as you see, the tire spins. So if it didn't loosen these up, when you try to take it off, it would just keep on spinning the tire and make it harder. So rear wheel is a little bit different. It locks into place, but your front wheel. So I'm going to remove those. Put them back on. Yeah, I must gotta go in there. I will show you that when I'm putting it on. Alright, I'm gonna bring it closer. I'm not sure if you can see all that. Alright, this is your rotor. If your brakes go down too bad, it will basically start grinding, where you have to get to the point you have to replace that. So there's a bolt. There's 2 inside that basically take the entire thing, brake hub off and take your rotor off. But the brake pad is just here. There's 2 bolts right here, so I'm going to take those off, and that should allow me to just take this piece off where the brake pads are. There's a name for it. As I said, I'm still learning. Patient with me. Hold on. Alright. Got my size. This is a 9/16. I don't know if they're all the same or just different, but just feel out which one works for you. And I think I grabbed the wrong size. Actually, did I grab the wrong size? I did. Or the front is different than the back. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But another thing, if you plan to do this, invest in a good socket set. I keep on grabbing the wrong one. Gotta learn these, huh? Gotcha. Sorry, that one is wrong. It's 3/4. The back somehow I feel like it's different. I remember. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. this is on there, huh? Broke it loose. Now, to the bottom. Goodness. I guess if super hard, you can use a tool, which I may do that for the bottom one. Guess I'm not strong enough to get some help. Reverse. Oh, watch your head. Woo. To the brick loose. Huh. You know what? I was unscrewing the wrong one. Hold on. Actually, I was unscrewing the one for the entire assembly, which I don't need to take off that one. No, man, this is tight. What is going on? There we go. Broke it free. Whew. Somebody over tightened that one. I like these things. You want to hold it up while you work on the pad. Got the fuel line, you don't want it to get bent or broken while you do that. So I'll basically, I guess, hook this to this one. Hook it somewhere so it's not hanging down, causing any damage. And this is your brake pad. This one's definitely low. Whew. Almost like nothing left. If I can get it off. I don't have any screwdriver to pry this off. Oh, this one. Ah. Very low, you can see. And this kind of sense, so I rub into your rotor to tell, hey, brake pads is low. There's a huge difference, so. Anyways, so let's get that on. Just put it back in the same way you took it off. One good tip is like take pictures if you're not sure. There we go. And just to let you know, the rear pad, brake pad is different than the front, so make sure you let your hardware store know which one you're replacing, because they're different. Everything is different, so make sure you get the right stuff that you need. Goodness, one is doesn't want to come off properly. I would say definitely the rear is more easier. Gotcha. As you can see, this one is very low. Let me grab the next one and show you. Interesting. Actually, this is my first time replacing the. That is interesting. The front. There's two different kind. To make sure you're replaced there. Hold on. With the correct one. There's two different. So as you can see, Joe took this one off. So this one goes on the inside. Did not know that. There's extra more padding here. So I already did the outside. Now this is the inside. Alright, so there's groove where these kind of slide into. Just make sure you kind of slide it in. It will go right back in. So, and to me now the most trickiest part, because brakes, when you apply the brakes, you use the brake fuel and create pressure. And these, as I said, I'm sorry, I'm not good with the names. Because the brake pad was low, these sticks out, and now it's thicker, so you need to push these back. I don't know if you can see, I'll probably zoom in. These need to push back in, release some of the pressure so you can slide it on. So I got this little tool, and that allowed me so when I put it in here, when I tighten it up, it's going to expand and push the pressure back. I release the pressure. So a better way of explaining it. I'm terrible at this song. Anyways, so that slides in there like that. I will zoom in. Hopefully you can see. I'm gonna do my phone so you can see a close up. Alright, so that slides in like that. And then basically I tighten it up. And then basically it release the pressure. So I will show you. And then this is where you want to kind of slide in. So anyways, let's do this. Tool. Tighten that up. So sit between both of them. The rear is only one pressure point. Front brakes need more, so help you to stop better. I think what it does is basically to kind of push the brake fuel back out of your line. So this basically go between your both brake pads. At least how my brain see it. Yeah, I have one of these. I could have put it between and ratchet, probably faster, but I did it once on my truck and it could not reverse. So I was stuck. I had to pry it out. So it actually was more frustrated. So I'd rather take the time and do it this way. Okay, you need to loosen it up to pull it out. And I recommend go all the way as possible. Almost there. I should be singing for you guys, huh? me give it a second. Then I loosen it back up. Now come out, you can see. Hi guys, you can see both of our back. So now should be able to slide over. Getting it back on. Sometime make sure your bolt is kind of pushed back, and there you go. That went on easy than the rear. Back easier. That's it. Don't forget to remove your little hook. Try to do it first because I will forget. Alright, let me take it back. Let me take you in the back, kind of show you what's back there. Alright guys, so this is back here. I don't know if you can see, I cannot see the lens, but this is for your just a brake hub where you can reach it. If you want to change this entire thing, these two screws are back here, and then your rotor is back here that release this, and then you basically can replace that. So as I said, there's a couple screws. Once you learn them, it's pretty easy to change all these out. So anyways, sorry guys, you can hear the cicadas. I'm outside, it's starting to rain. I'm under horning, so I'm secure right now. That's why I always try to set up for stuff like this, table and awning from the sun, and allow you to work without interruption. One down, one more to go. But I'm not gonna bore you with the other one. I'm actually gonna show my girls how to do it. So pretty easy. If you have any question, oh, I want to show you something with the brake pads, like which one to buy. Take it to the phone. Guys, so I always recommend, I found this out a while back when I damaged my rotor because my brake's starting to grind, and I told my mechanic, hey, I didn't hear any squeaking noise, and he said, well, your brake pad doesn't have these little clip on it. I don't know if you can see that. So these clips, make sure my lens up there, hold on. Alright, hopefully that better. So these little clip, this is for the rear, so it wasn't that bad, but it was getting there. You can see how close it is, probably 1/16 of an inch, then it starts squeaking. So these are the clip, and they give you a warning that your pad is getting low. Let me show you the one of them. Which one? Okay, so this one you can see, hopefully you can see, it started to was grinding, so that told me my pad you can see barely a 1/16 left before my rotor start grinding down. So these help you a lot. Focus here. So these help you a lot to kind of tell you if your brake pad is getting low. So when you hear this squeaky noise, it's basically this is rubbing against your rotor, telling you, hey, it's time to change your pad. As you can see, it needed it. So look at the big difference. It's pretty wild. See that? Big difference. So you definitely need brake pads with these little warning, tells you when you're getting low. So if your brake tire, if it sounds like your vehicle's squeaking, tell you need a new pad. So anyways, so hopefully this shows you that you can do it yourself. I'm not the best at explaining, I apologize for that. Hopefully I will get better. Maybe create a old mechanic channel. Probably not. Anyways, but I just want to show you what I know, what I'm learning as we go along. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all 9 yards. So, but anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Apologize, you guys. I was gonna leave you hanging, but I need to show you to put your tire back on. So it off, and now you gotta put it back on, right? And then there's an alternate pattern where you have to do it, so let's do it. My tire. Honestly, as I said, if you feel like you're not strong enough to do all this, whatever, get the tools you need. Don't spend a fortune. Arbor Freight is actually pretty good. They're not sponsored or anything. Nobody's sponsoring this video, but my goal is just to teach you what I know and show you that literally you can do anything. So once you put your mind to it, you're willing to learn and willing to understand it works. I know stuff costs time. It's all about time. If you don't have the time, then of course pay. I'm not against that. Like, I need a new tire. I'm not gonna go buy a old tire kit out to change that. I got time for that. But you know, maybe one day. I'm not against it. If you want to do it, I don't. Anyways, I'll get into that. But I'm not gonna do that right now. At least not right now. Don't say never. Not right now. At this point, there's no pattern you want it to be on, but the way you tighten it makes a good difference. You want to alternate your crisscross, I guess. Crisscross, hopper sauce. Oh man, can tell I have kids. Probably shouldn't do that. I don't know. Anyways. So what I like to do is go in like a crisscross pattern. So I go here, and then when I stop here, I go here, then I go here. Then when I stop here, I don't come here. I come here and then across. So I'm just bam, 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 bam. Like I'm making a X or a star. So I'm gonna start on top. Of course. Oh, I forgot. I switched. I need a 7/8. So I'm gonna go down. Then from here, I can either go here or here. So I'm gonna go this side. Once that's go across, then go the opposite. Now go here, go here. That's not the final tightening up you want to do. You want to go and lower your tire where, because they're not 100%. So you want to basically lower your tire where your tire doesn't move or spin. We know they're gonna actually lock in place. But right now it's on, so I'm gonna lower it and then I tighten it again. When you're going down, remove your jack stand. Make sure you're clear, and then I like to go down slowly, if I can. Okay. It's like raining right above the camera too. Anyway, so that's on, and now I'm gonna do it again. And that's it. Hopefully this helped. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate your support. Catch you daily Instagram and so forth. Thanks guys. Catch you later. Peace.